All right. So, hello, PBA. Welcome to your week one recap for season five. I am Sub Zero.
And he's with me, Ben, like always.
Yep.
The
So,
dynamic duo.
yeah. So, also, I know somebody mentioned in the past, like the Discord overlay between who's speaking between me and Ben. We'll probably incorporate that next week, but hopefully you can distinguish between my voice and Ben's voice for now.
Yeah, this is Ben for all you. We have pretty different voices, I
Yeah.
feel like. So
I'm Sub, by the way. All right. So, let's begin with the Mo Week One recap. Um, yeah. So the game of the week goes to Thief Yi versus Lin with their Corviknight. So I guess we'll watch that game now.
yeah, we could break down that game. It was a really good game, especially like the beginning. So
All right. So let me bring that game up. And all right. So we have the game here between these six pawns and the other six. So I think one thing to initially point out is that Lando I looks like it's going to do a lot of work here if the Corviknight goes down. But
yeah, I know I like smokes him.
yeah,
If
so I
but
guess
yeah,
we'll
you can
start
go
now.
ahead and play it.
Yep.
Yeah. So they have the lead Lando with the Blacephion, and this Blacephion was actually a great set. You can keep it on normal. It's
Oh,
not.
okay.
I was just gonna mention that I like the
So the gravity on the
Blacephions.
iron defense was a pretty interesting turn.
Yeah,
I was kind of
and
surprised by that.
it's interesting because I was watching Vinny's game, and Vinny had gravity Lando as well, and his gravity hurt him a lot more than it helped. Um, Lynn's gravity definitely helps him because it
Yeah,
forced the Corviknight out like a couple times.
yeah. Gravity and Smackdown are like the two things you tend to run when you see a steel flying against Lando.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely an interesting start.
yeah. I'm just more so surprised that the iron defense on the Lando. It's not like a
Yeah,
bad play. If you didn't know about gravity, it's not necessarily a bad play. But yeah, that that was an interesting bring to say. All right.
yeah, it sucks for him because now Lando gets an Earth power off on something, and like you said before, like that actually took that surprisingly well.
Yeah,
But
I thought it was gonna do way more.
yeah, but like you said before, without the Corviknight, the Earth power kind of eats through his entire team. So like that should be one of Lynn's biggest
Also,
things.
if you remember what Vinny said in the PRs, that Lin's team doesn't like gravity itself, and he just had to
Yeah,
switch in the Skarmory against a Seismitoad and gravity.
yeah.
It
I'm not
changed.
sure if that was like a misplay or if he just kind of forgot gravity was up, but
Yeah,
yeah, he's lucky that Seismitoad didn't really take advantage of it.
yeah.
Yeah, because if I was Thief E here, I'd definitely go Skarm sets of the spikes. I would
Yeah,
have gone for
I would have
probably
gone for the
ground
Earth
move.
Power right now, honestly.
Yeah, like that might have knocked out the Skarmory, but he wanted the Blacephion, and I
Yeah,
mean,
this is a
he
free
wanted to
Blacephalon,
set up
which is
right.
nice.
Yeah,
All right, Skarm is back at full. Sylveon comes in.
yeah. This
Oh,
is the part of the
this.
game where they just start calm ironing.
Yeah,
And
turn one burn.
also,
Nice.
okay, so flamethrower burned. I saw it burn 3 times. You can keep this going because
Oh,
they're just
okay.
gonna keep commenting. But it burned 3 times in 3 separate games. One in my game, one in this game, and then it burned in another game. Like that's a 10% chance, and it happened 3 times this week. And I'm pretty sure Fire Blast burned in a
Fire
game this
Blast
week
can
as
burn.
well. Yeah,
Oh,
it's like 10% as well.
I knew Flare Blitz could burn, but not Fire Blast.
Yeah,
But that does so
yeah.
much. That's a resistant hit.
I know. What's
To be
happening? I'm kind of weak. Kind
to
of
be
weak.
fair, it's
Not
at
gonna.
+1 technically, but that's way too much.
Yeah. Yeah, Lynn's in a little bit of an interesting position here. I feel like if he had Psyshock, he would win this 1v1.
Yeah,
But I'm guessing he doesn't have Psyshock because otherwise he
I don't
probably
really
would have
think he
gone for
needs
it.
it. I'm kind of I I just want to like stop this for a second. I don't
Yeah.
understand Calm Mind at all against this team.
Yeah, I feel like everything outspeeds it, right? Like,
Everything just blows Calm Mind back. Like What is it for? Like Obstagoon is going to just facade
I'm
an
gonna look
area.
at Thiefy's team real quick just to see if I could see what Combine is for.
Yeah, maybe it's just
Um,
something that was overlooked.
yeah, you can keep it going while I look this up.
Sure.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right, so they're going to continue calm minding. Another
yeah. Because
flamethrower.
eventually Blefession wins this 1v1, which I mean he
Blacephalon
is
wins.
behind the sun. Yeah,
I'm kind of surprised Blacephalon wins this. I would expect Sylveon to. Just because it
yeah,
can, the sub is kind of irrelevant here.
yeah. The hyper voice will just go through it, and it's not like Blefession is especially defensive wall.
Yeah.
Like
I
even with the boost.
I personally think that the Subcombine Blacephalon was a very good bring here because Subcombine Blacephalon really goes in on this team because the two
Yeah, especially
Fastamons are Lopunny and Superior. Superior can't do anything, and then Lopunny has to like break the sub and it's frail. But
yeah,
the other side, I don't understand Combine Sylveon.
yeah. The Blefession amazing break because I think we are mentioning this in PRs. When Skarm comes in, he's a momentum killer.
Mm-hmm.
So you just bring in Blacephalon and what Skarm needs Whirlwind or something, and Skarm doesn't want to stay in on a Blacephalon, so you get a free sub every time.
Yeah. So I'll let this keep going. It's gonna keep combinding.
What team is Thiefy again? It's
Thiefy is
just
a
like
Farina Phalanx.
right.
Alright. Alright, so it's Wish. They're finally attacking each other now, now that they can't set up anymore.
Yeah,
Is the
yeah.
Blacephalon's last move
I
Shadow
don't.
Ball?
Yeah, I think it was, but I don't really see like a purpose for Combine. Um, unless he wanted to, unless he thought he could 1v1 the Gardevoir.
Yeah. Alright, I think Blacephalon is probably gonna get the kill now. Or in like the next.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. It
he
was.
crits. Yeah, yeah. Eventually, someone was going to crit, right? Like, and see, this is the strength of Blacephalon is Lopunny has to break
Yeah.
this up,
Lopunny
and
has to attack it.
yeah, so Lynn's Lopunny did nothing, did absolutely nothing.
Knockoff was good. That was like.
Yeah, was that
Knockoff
Scarf?
was his saving grace here.
Yeah, it wasn't Scarf, right?
No, no,
It's
no.
naturally
Superior is
faster.
base
Okay, yeah,
113. I have
yeah.
no clue. I think Blacephalon's 104, 107. Let me
Okay,
look
yeah,
this up.
yeah. Knockoff, great move.
I'm gonna look up how fast
I can
Blacephalon.
look it up since I'm not
Okay.
streaming.
Oh, Blacephalon's 107.
Okay,
So
107, right, right, right.
Superior naturally outspeeds. So Drapion comes in, goes into Skarmory. Cross poison. Why was
Very
this thing
interesting
gets
move.
poison jab?
I know, yeah.
Does cross
I
poison
guess
have a high chance to crit?
yeah, he's probably sniper then
Yeah. Okay.
if he goes for cross poison.
Okay.
Um,
Night. Yeah, he's the sniper
Night touch,
strategy.
yeah. Which is kind of interesting here. I feel like I mean he gets a crit right there, but he's just kind of letting Skarmory spike stack,
Yeah. To be fair,
which with gravity could be a little scary, but
with this
I don't
Corv
know.
set, I don't know if he has defog on this team. Well,
Yeah,
I don't want to
I don't think
spoil
he
it
does.
without. Like, he kind of showed his hand, but I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, Iron Defense. He could be like Iron Defense, Body Press, Defog,
Roost.
Roost, but
Yeah. Actually, that's completely plausible.
in fact, even looking at this right now, even I mean, just seeing the six that Lynn brought,
Hmm.
um, he does not beat Corv with any of them except Gravity Lando.
Yeah. So, does Lynn have a fire or electric type?
Uh, oh, wait, we were talking about the wrong person.
Thief E has the Blacephalon.
Yeah. Um, his fire type was Rapidash, which honestly Corviknight could probably still deal with.
Yeah. And does he have no electric type?
He has Rotom Wash, which
What? That didn't
he has
come?
Rotom Wash. Yeah, I know. I feel like that probably should have come. I feel like Willow is great. It's great against Zygarde. And it's probably better than Sylveon in this
I think that
situation.
would have helped him deal with Blacephalon better.
Yeah. And it would be good against his Zygarde.
I can
Although, is this
understand
Zygarde?
why it
So,
didn't come because 1,000 arrows and then Seismitoad can switch in freely.
yeah.
I
Yeah, I
guess
definitely understand.
maybe Toxic Rotom Wash would have been nice.
Yeah, or Willow.
Or Willow,
But
yeah.
Willow can't really hit this level. But it will hit the Zygarde.
Yeah. All right.
But
So
also he has that Obstagoon who could switch into that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely
He has a
understand it.
great Obstagoon switching in Skarm.
Yeah.
So it's Snake versus Snake right now. They're both setting up. Oh, outrage.
Yeah, that
Okay.
outrage just blew it back. But luckily, it's a free Skarmory. This is the issue I have with Skarmory. It's like, yeah, this outrage is a free Skarmory, but like, what's it gonna do? Okay, a
Yeah.
brave bird, but
That's
now
only
what?
because it was a 25%.
Yeah,
All right. So
yeah. I'm not a
Skarmory's
big fan of
out
Skarmory.
now. I would
Yeah,
probably go Corviknight here.
yeah. Corv or yeah, Corv probably would be.
Yeah,
He
Corv
goes.
comes out.
Yeah, he does go Corv.
I think he Iron Defenses here.
Yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
great play.
Iron Defense was actually a pretty good bring here. I thought it was bad at first, but it actually wasn't that bad of a bring. If Lando died, then it won.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Corviknight pretty much beat this entire team outside of Lando. And then a great Scarf Obstagoon.
Hmm.
Great bring to outspeed the Lando. Or wait, Lando's 331, right? So
What?
Lando's max speed is 331, so you have to bring the Scarf to
Hmm.
outspeed.
Yeah, Lando's
Unless
base
it was
101
Modest.
speed, so this is scarfed, which is a good bring
Yeah,
too.
great bring.
Yeah.
It is really for that one like kind of specific situation, but that situation popped up. And it was definitely to like get this life orb off the Landers.
Hmm. All right, so you go back into Corviknight.
Corviknight taking spikes is not something you see every day.
Yeah, you get do Iron Defense here. I'm surprised to go Haxorus here. Maybe you
Yeah,
just didn't want to take a Brave Bird, I guess. See,
yeah,
like
I think you'll
I
go
think
first.
I think going Haxorus here was a bad play because now he can't go into Lando as this thing is body pressing and setting up, right? And
Yeah,
Lando's the only way you kill this thing. So he should have gone Lando first because
yeah,
Corv is never gonna Brave Bird a Skarmory.
yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like that obstacle shipping the Lando,
Was big.
Lin just loses to Corv. Yeah, at
Yeah.
this point, like he has no outs unless he crits. Yeah,
Yep.
Squarm did 5%. Like,
The Corviknight got more back from lefties than it took from the Brave Bird.
yeah. Anyway, we chose this for game of the week. Even though there was a couple of other good ones as well in Mo, but we chose this one just because I mean I personally, and I know you kind of share this opinion, thought the Blacephalon set was amazing for this situation.
Yeah. I thought the
Um,
Blacephalon and Corviknight were such good brings, and Scarf
yeah,
Obstagoon actually did a lot more than you would expect. That Earthquake did
yeah,
nothing. It was nothing.
yeah. He needed a crit there to even have a chance.
Even if he,
Actually, he might
even
have
if he,
won.
no, if he crit, then there's still Scarf Op. No, Scarf
Uh,
Obstagoon dies to rock, dies to spikes.
yeah, he might have actually won if he crit that, which would have been crazy. But
Yeah,
yeah, the Corviknight amazing bring.
yeah,
The Gravity Lando as well was a great bring. It just unfortunately didn't work out for him
yeah.
because he really didn't have like a way to deal with
So yeah, props to Thief Yi. His
Pokemon.
anxiety
So
was over 9,000, and it paid off.
yeah, definitely was a fun one. So that was the game of the week for Mo.
All right. We'll be back shortly. All right, we're back. So we talked about this game of the week with Corviknight getting 3 kills. Was it 3-0? Yeah,
Yep, got 3 kills, and it made the difference too. It was
yeah.
3-0. So
So fantastic beginning for Thief Yi. Some honorable mentions. You can share the left one. I'll share the right one.
sure. So we have Michelle and the Cheeky Cherums taking on LS and Vinny Simps. I don't actually know what his team is called,
I
to
have
be
no clue
honest.
either. I forget. Let me
But
look this
yeah,
up. Uh,
he made a
it's it's called the Vinny Fan
pretty
Club.
the Vinny fan club, right. There was a big misplay. Um, Diggersby came out uh, and, and Mike defogged on its agility, and once the Diggersby had agility plus sword stance up, the game was over from there. So great bring, White Herb, Diggersby, it's just 6-0 straight up. It was like turn 2 and it was over. So great
Yeah,
for one side, not so great for the other.
yeah. And then for the right one, we have the Hartford Go Go's versus Chicago Fire Chandelures. So there's Jara Boys versus Shandy.
Shandy.
Yeah, the Kecleon at the bottom, though it did only get one kill, it put in a fine amount of work. It got a ton of chip on on a lot of mons, and it was difficult for Shandy to deal with it. So yeah, it
Yeah,
started
even
with
Shandy
AC.
said in chat, I remember, he was like, this Kecleon is a threat, and I didn't expect it to be.
Not many people expect Kecleon to be a threat. Protean makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And yeah, so just a small shout out to those mons, and those games. Sorry,
Yeah.
and then just around the league in general. So I'll let Ben take this one.
Okay. I don't remember everyone, but I know most people here. The NJ Durants ended up beating DeBay. They beat him 4-0.
That's
Joltier,
Anting versus D-Bay.
Anting, right. Anting beat DeBay 4-0. Joltier was able to beat Ander 2-0. In a game, Ander said he didn't play his best, so hopefully
Yeah,
we'll see him bounce back in week 2. Kendra took down Zookeeper 4-0. Do you want to do the last two?
yeah, sure. So yeah, Kendra taking down Zookeeper was pretty big. Nice debut for Kendra.
Mm-hmm.
Then next we have a Kurash. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. Kurash versus Pikachu. The 3-0 win. Urshifu doing Urshifu things. No surprise to anyone. This game was basically just a sack war, and Urshifu always comes out on top. And then Elfire's debut versus I believe this is True Kyoto. Yeah, Elfire
It
versus
is, yep.
True Kyoto. So Elfire also showing again what he has and showing that he's someone to not be taken lightly. So
Yes.
yeah, so that's basically what else is going on. Here are the division standings. You have Michelle at the top, followed by JR Boys, Anting, and Kendra with 4, Thiefy, Elfire, and Crash with 3, 3-0 diff, Jolt with 2-0 diff, and then you have Ander, Pikachu,
Yeah.
True Kyoto, Lin, Shandy, D-Bay, Zookeeper, and then Ellis at the bottom. So
Obviously, it's week 1, so the standings don't matter too
I
much.
was just
But
gonna preface that, yeah. No, don't feel discouraged, but also don't get too cocky. It's only week 1.
looking at you, Michelle, don't get too cocky.
So yeah,
Yeah,
um, that's it for Mo, I believe. Oh no, it's not. I lied.
yeah, the
Uh,
kill leaders. We got
Diggersby.
Diggersby, obviously, it's 6-0. Melmetal did great things for Anting along with your Shifu, as sub mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Then obviously the core we pointed out that we watched, and we got Nidoking, Palossand, surprisingly, Mamoswine, Mawile, Nidoqueen, and Top.
Yep. So
Now
these are
double
all
tops.
kind of mons you would expect at the top. Okay, wait. There's a Palossand there. Never mind. Everything but Palossand is what you expect at the top.
Palossand put in work in both games that it played, I'm pretty sure. It got 2 kills in the Heat game as well.
Yeah, that is true.
Love to see that for Palossand.
All right. So that's it for Mo. I'm pretty sure now I'm right. That's it for Mo.
Yeah.
Time to move on to Heat. Yeah.
Yep.
So the game of
You
the
want me
week goes to Shade versus Dat Boy. So we're gonna put that game on the screen in 1 second.
honestly, an incredible game. Like, there was definitely a little bit of hacks. But the floor just did things that you didn't really expect the floor just to be able to
Yep.
do.
So well, if you didn't see it on the screen already, we're shouting out Florges here.
Yeah.
So this game will come up in 3, 2, 1. All right. Here's the game. So we have Dat Boy. I'll switch it over so we can see it from Shade's perspective since he won. But we have Shade's side here. We have
Another
Dat Boy here.
Corviknight.
Yeah, another Corviknight. We have this boy sitting here. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Munchlax. Great bring, great bring.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna the Munchlax is actually a pretty good bring for this Kyurem here because it gets thick fat, right?
It does, yeah. It was
Yeah,
actually, yeah, a really good bring by that point.
yeah. So let's begin. Um, before I forget who they lead, so let's just see. Yeah, Hydreigon, Nidoking
Yeah, Hydreigon, right.
goes into the Florges.
There's an instant Florges switch because he wanted to. Florges is just a special tank.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at that boy's team, it's entirely special except
I'm just gonna
Florges.
go back to the floor just because I want to talk about floor just real quick. Shade's proving everyone
Yeah,
wrong because it's a very common opinion that floor just is garbage. Uh,
it is. I've heard that opinion, especially from our owner. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. Wait, do you believe it or?
No, I love Florges. I
Oh,
used it
really?
in a couple. Of, yeah.
So I mean, I like a lot of other. So the thing is, I'll take a lot of other fairies before I'll touch Florges. I'll take like Slurpuff. Even in Heat, I waited like a few rounds to take Klefki before I just even touched Florges. Because my biggest thing is, it just draws in all the steals, and like unlike something like
Yep.
Comfey can U-turn on them. Slurpuff gets Flamethrower and Endeavor, etc. Like Florges kind of just kills momentum, and Wish is one of the biggest momentum killers too. So I feel like with Florges, you have to know its strengths and weaknesses, and you have to know how to play around them because it's a mon that everyone knows how to prep for, but they prep for very linearly in that sense. It's like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's just going to use their steals or their poisons and try to get rid of Florges. And I think Shade does a very good job of working around those counters, which you're going to see in this game. Yeah. So I
I
just
agree
wanted to
with
say
everything
that.
you said.
So Florges is out.
And a great double here. I definitely expecting Corv, right?
I
And a
expected
good
Corv,
U
yeah.
turn. Yeah. Good U turn right into the Munchlax, who eats the Volt Switch for breakfast.
Whirlwind.
And then,
Interesting.
yeah.
It was probably for
War,
subcom mind.
yep. And a whirlwind right into the Mon that he kind of wanted to be against. Like,
Yeah.
look how much that body slam does.
That body slam did a lot. This is a Curum. This thing has base 125 base health. Also,
Yeah.
you can clearly see the first Draco. It didn't matter if it missed. This thing ate it.
Yeah. And all Munchlax run rest. Or,
Yeah. Rest
they
is
don't get too much
interesting on this
offense.
team because you have Coco with electric terrain, but you just
Yeah.
play around the terrain. So he finally
Yeah.
gets he gets the para expected.
I don't
Oh,
really even count that as hacks because, like, you use body slam a certain number of times, you're getting.
yeah, that's why you use body slam to get the para.
Yeah, exactly.
So he switches out into Kofa Grigas. Yep, there's the rest.
Yeah, and Kofag, they both kind of wall each other. Like they don't really do much. Oh, never mind. He had body press,
Yeah.
and that boy was ready for it.
Was it
Although
for
I'm sure
that?
that was for something else. It was
Yeah.
definitely for something else.
Yeah. I think it was
But
for Shade has a Mega Gallade, right?
um, his name's a Houston Gallatin, so I believe
I
so.
think he had
Yeah, I think that was his first pick.
I think Shade has a Mega Gallade.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
Or am I thinking
No, because he definitely. I remember that he picked his like someone picked their mascot, and I'm pretty sure it was Shade,
yeah. So I think it was for that.
which makes perfect sense.
Yep. Alright, so Florges versus Iraz, the Hydreigon. Dark
This
Pulse
is
is
another great thing about Florges is it counters the shit out of Hydreigon. Even if Hydreigon has Flash Cannon, it still counters it. So
yeah. Just a fun fact actually. I once saw somebody run like a Salicberry Hydreigon. They were sub D dance, and they used after they ate the Salicberry, they then used Belch to severely dent its Buffini.
that's a good
Yeah.
set.
So I guess like that's the only other thing Hydreigon can do to Florges, but Florges kind of just sits here.
Yeah, it sits here and clicks Moonblast.
So he U-turns.
Yeah, there's the Corviknight that we were pretty sure was coming. And
I think he goes Raikou here. Yep,
yeah, which is a good
it's a good
and a
pivot.
good U-turn as well. Yeah,
Yep.
and this Munchlax is actually crazy because it kind of counters three of his team. Like Nidoking, you could keep it going. I'm
Oh
just talking about this is going. Um, Nidoking, Kyurem, and Raikou.
yeah. Right, Corviknight comes out again.
More body presses. Mummy resets right when you get
What do you mean by resets?
like if Corviknight comes back in, he has pressure.
Yeah, he is pressure again. Yep, that'd be a really broken ability if it kept it.
Yeah,
All right, Willow. This might be Willow Hex. Actually, no, never mind. It doesn't need it.
yeah. Great
Oh my
play right
god.
there by that boy
Yeah,
using Thunder because like first of all, Shadow Ball was obvious, and Shadow Ball still probably would have done a lot to
yeah.
Melodic. This was a very interesting play after, though. I don't know why he went Coco when he could have either A, thundered again, or
I think
B,
he
went
didn't want to
someone that
miss.
isn't. Yeah, but like you click thunder and it does that much.
Yeah.
Like Shade's like, oh, it's Specs.
Would that have
I'll go
killed an
Nido
electric
King.
terrain?
What? The
The thunder,
thunder?
yeah.
It might have actually. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
That probably,
Um,
yeah, because this thing gets Thunderbolt. That's probably why he brought Thunder. He's just outright killed
yeah,
the Milotic.
yeah, and like that's the thing. It's like if he clicks thunder again, the best play for Shade is to go Nido King. So why would you bring the Tapu Koko out?
Yeah. So, okay, so
But
Milotic versus Coco. So he doubled in. I think this was just a safe play. Because he probably didn't know if he was going to recover or make a double immediately. So Coco, I think, just allows him to get like a free Volt Switch or U-turn into
yeah,
whatever.
I'm just scared if he doubles the Nido King, which I think he did actually. I think Shade doubled King. Um,
Wait, is the Gengar
now
Specs? Did we
I
ever?
thought it was. I think it was
I think it is
because
Specs.
otherwise he wouldn't have switched there.
Yeah.
Otherwise you click Shadow Ball.
Yep. Yep. It's Specs. Otherwise, I
Yeah,
don't think he'd go hard Nidoking.
yeah, and yeah, this is why it was kind of weird bringing the Coco. Like I feel like you should have brought in a different Mon to try to deal with this Nidoking
Yeah.
because now Nidoking gets a free attack.
Substitute. Well, it's going to
Yeah,
actually reveal Substitute. But yeah. Alright, so
is this a
Corviknight
sub
comes
game?
in.
No, he clicks.
Oh, he
Yeah, this is
clicks
a Thunderbolt
Thunderbolt.
game.
Never
Yeah,
mind, my
another
bad.
great play.
Yeah.
But okay.
Shade is kind of showing he can predict too.
Yeah, and then he also predicted the Munchlax switch and clicked rocks.
Corv comes in, dives to rocks. Yep. Shadow Ball. Gengar
And with
comes in.
Corv down now, Nidoking kind of goes in.
He sacks Kyurem. This is a good play, because Kyurem's kind of useless now that it's paired.
Yeah, yeah. Kyurem's done here.
Alright, Floor just comes in. See, here's... No, never mind. Never mind. Because it's Specs. I was going to say that
Right.
maybe he should have realized something was weird, because Floor just came in on a Gengar. But never mind, because it was Specs, so
Yeah,
it was completely
because it
fine.
was
Yeah. So,
yeah. No free wish and
U-turns.
then Coco U-turn.
I assume
It's
this is
Munchlax.
just, yeah, Moonblast.
Yeah. And now he just starts body slamming away, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that does a lot of damage. Like, I mean, Florges is pretty weak physically, but
Yeah, its Fizz Def is really lackluster, but yeah.
yeah. Okay, that one I don't think was a good play.
Yeah.
Um,
I think he
you can
kind of
pause
just...
there.
I think he kind of expected a switch of some sort, and he wanted to deny it, but
How
he got...
much health was the Kofag on?
It's at 100 right now.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure body slam would have killed the melodic if it came in, and even if it didn't, it could paralyze.
How much did it do
Um,
before?
did he hit the melodic before? I don't think he's hit the
Yeah, no, he
melodic.
did.
Oh, he
41.
did.
So would
Oh.
it... Oh, wait, no, this is
No, that's the
Florges.
Florges.
I
Yeah.
don't think he did. Oh,
But anyway, you still want to. I feel like you still want to hit the Florges, especially since like Florges isn't doing much,
yeah.
and you really just don't want to let that melodic in. Which I
Yeah.
mean, obviously he didn't on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just unfortunate that the melodic happened to come in out of everyone else.
Yep. Rest.
And I
This is
think,
really
yeah,
important.
I think that play at this point kind of went on tilt from that for the rest of the
Mm-hmm.
game.
So Florges comes
Which
in.
I mean, it was an unfortunate play. So, yeah,
Yeah. But he knows for the future, at least.
yeah,
Alright. So this is probably another Wish Protect.
yeah. You got Sludge Wave here, right? You have a free switch in Nido King, and this guy's like, nah, Fludge
No.
just got it. Fludge just got the spec Sludge Wave.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
So props to
It took
Florges.
a Gengar Specs Sludge Wave.
Yeah.
Super effective. Like,
And then
how can
Florges
you hate
just
that?
continues to be annoying.
Yeah. Now Nidoking comes in. I think he makes another prediction here. I think he
No,
clicks
I think
Ice
he's...
Beam.
No, he clicks Sludge
I think
Wave.
he slows moves. Yeah,
I
because
think
I was gonna say
Lucha comes in here, but I think Cofagrigus just beats it.
yeah, and
Oh,
he even stays
that did
that.
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
and at this point the game's kind of over. I think he
yeah.
just loses. Florges
Yeah.
plus Raikou kind of can come in. So yeah, I think that boy would have had it if the whirlwind went to anyone else.
Hmm.
Um, I understand what he was going for. I think maybe the better play
Well,
was
did
the body
Milotic
slam,
do
but
anything else?
no. But I think it kind of tilted him a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh,
And also, one thing that was also mentioned after this game was that Spadef just wasn't a good bring because he could have brought DD Hydreigon and killed it. But the thing is, dude, that's a Fizz Def Milotic, probably. Like, that's probably going to take the hit more than it will. So I think
yeah,
Spadef just was a fantastic bring and definitely deserves um, the Mon of the Week here. And
yeah,
then,
and even if he did bring DD, if he did bring DD Hydreigon, which he didn't, but if he did, and then he does the same play and it whirlwinds into someone else, he actually might win with the DD
mm,
Hydreigon.
yeah,
If it can come in on, I don't even know what it can come in on. Actually, it can't really come in on anything.
yeah. Who does it
Can't really
even
set
get a
up on
DD
anything.
on?
Yeah, it doesn't really set up on anyone.
Like, it had to be
But
DD
anyway,
Chopple, which is meh.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But he was Choppel, so
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to skip
yeah,
this.
you could just skip it. It's just Roost
This is
Moonblast
just
until
PB stall.
eventually.
Yep, so
Yeah,
Shay takes the 4-0.
very good game, very good bring, very good, well played by Shade on the floor. Just and even that boy played. He made some great predictions in the
Mm-hmm.
early game, and unfortunately, that one whirlwind turn
I think it was
it
a
kind
little
of
bit
sucked.
more than the whirlwind turn. I think just Shade kind of outprepped him.
Yeah, yeah. I do think if he continued to go for body slam, it would have been a bit better. But
Yeah, true. So that's game
uh,
of the week. Some
yeah,
honorable
both
mentions.
both players played really well. I think that game actually.
Yeah.
Um,
So some honorable mentions are my Blissey in me versus Ace Harm. My Blissey kind of just won the end game. He kind of just walled. My plan going in was I'm gonna win with Mew, and then I accidentally used Mew incorrectly, and my Mew died. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna win with Blissey, and Blissey just won.
Blissey did it. And I know everyone hates seeing that screen, but there's a follow send on the right to make it better.
Yeah, you can if it makes you feel better, just ignore the Blissey.
Yeah. Look at how the Palosan had 2 kills in Heat and 3 kills in Mo.
Yeah. So Gradual versus Helix was another very good game. Gradual won the game with a little bit of luck, but regardless, he still played really well. So Gradual
Yeah.
versus Helix was another really good game. Palosan put in work, and then another shout out would be Gradual Cinderace as well.
Yep. Cinderace was 3-0. But
Hmm.
Palosan schoolers.
Yep. So just a shout out to those two. Um,
Yeah.
Around the league. Did you do the
I
last one?
could.
Or
I
I
don't
finished the end,
remember.
right? So you can start
Yeah.
again, and I'll finish.
Okay, I can start again. Yeah, so I beat FSF Ice
Yeah, he just goes
means
by Ice.
Ice, yeah. I beat Ice 2-0. Very good game. He kind of had me on the ropes on the prep. I think
Ice brought some
I got
very
a
cool
clutch.
stuff like Cosmic
Yeah.
Power, DOS.
I'm
Um,
still on, I still think DOS is the worst high tier mon.
oh
I
yeah, for
didn't
sure.
feel like it did a lot in our game, but
I think it's very
the lead Heracross was so good. It
yeah,
was such a good lead. It was just unfortunate.
yeah. I think DOS is it's good. It people don't give it enough credit, but like you said, compared to the other top tiers, it's just not that good.
Yeah, yeah. And then we have Arcadian, who brought Hydro Cannon Greninja.
Yeah, versus Killuminati.
Incredible. He beat him 3-0.
Yeah,
And then
it takes a very
Alex.
strong individual to bring Hydro Cannon Greninja.
Yeah. Um, I
No,
know he
that's
said it was
just
an
a
accident, but
yeah. It was a joke. He accidentally he meant to put Hydro Pump and he brought Hydro Cannon.
yeah. And then that's Chris with the drive-by drafters
Yeah,
beating
that's
Ginger
Chris. Chris
3-0.
versus Ginger. Chris brought some interesting stuff, like sub bulk up Swampert. That
Yeah,
was a
so
very
bulk
good
up
bring.
song.
And Chris is showing why he deserves to be in the Heat div. So shout outs to Chris.
Yep. And then Alex and Bennett. And if you want information about that, I know Bennett put a YouTube video, so
Yeah,
go watch that.
feel free to check that out. It's somewhere
Yeah,
in the
it's in
PBA
plugs, I
plugs.
think.
Or you can just
Yeah.
probably
So,
at them and ask them for the video. But that was a very good game regardless.
yep.
And
Very
then,
good game. Alex definitely got some hacks, but
yeah.
it was still a good game. And then
And
we got Not Shady beating, is that Fat Rat?
yeah, that's Fat
3-0.
Rat. Shady has the Mega Malwa, right?
Yep.
Yep. So,
Mega Mall probably.
yep, Mega Malwa doing
Pretty
Mega
sure.
Malwa things. Yep. So that's around the league. The division standings, you have Shade at the top, followed by five 3-0 teams. And then you have Ben and Gradual. And then you have Helix, Ice, and then a bunch of teams that are 0 and 3 between a Fat Rat to Ace Harm. And then you have Dat Boy at the bottom. But like we prefaced in Mo, this is only week one. This doesn't mean much. Don't get discouraged. Don't get too cocky. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I've had
then,
plenty of time starting at 1-0 just to go 2-9.
yeah. I more or less
All
have the opposite experience where I do really well and then I just start falling off. So
right.
take that as you will. And then the division kill leaders. Uh,
Lissy is number 2, and
this is so
I don't like
cursed.
that.
There's Nidoking, Cinderace, Latios, Sneasel. Sneeze not every day, but you have Blissey, Mega Venusaur, Florges, Gligar, Porygon 2, and Tangrowth as
Oh
kill
yeah, shout
leaders.
out to Alex for Gligar. His Gligar was amazing. One of my favorite ones to use in draft, and he used it to perfection in his game.
Gligar is very interesting, mon. I've always thought it was a bit too passive, but people tend to use it well, so I gotta try it at some point.
Love it. Is that it for Heat?
That is it for Heat. So now
All
we
right.
have the Wash Division week run recaps, and I believe the game of the week goes to Jolie versus Pluto, which was a
Yep.
very interesting game if you didn't see that yet. And I kind of spoiled it in Heat if you were listening, but let me bring that game up. All right,
Yeah,
see.
I love both these teams honestly.
Dude,
Like,
this team is so stacked, and this team is so offensive. There's Vaporeon there, which just serves as like one of the bigger defensive pivots of this team, but they both just look like such hard hitting teams.
yeah, it was definitely a close one.
Hmm. So let's start it. Latios lead, Nidoqueen. So
Yeah,
Latios
what
just
a sick.
Dracos. Oh,
Okay, first of all, he stayed in on a Latios as Nidoqueen. Incredible.
is
I
it
mean,
Pyapa Berry maybe the Psychic Berry?
it could be. Yeah, I'm not sure because I think it dies pretty soon. And then the eject pack Latios.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
He just said,
So that was a jetpack. To be fair though, if you're Latios here, right? Oh, let's just let Latios and Nidoqueen. What's the switching? Melmetal maybe.
yeah, Melmetal is
Yeah.
yeah to Draco. Like nothing wants to take that.
This thing might have been Psychic Berry, but I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that's why he stayed in because he used Ice Beam right after. So
Yeah. So eject pack, very cool. Not an item you see. So for context, if you don't know what the eject pack does, if your stack gets dropped, I'm not sure if you have to be the one who inflicts it, but if your stack gets
oh, that's
dropped,
how it works.
you get switched out.
Okay, I wasn't actually sure how that worked,
I'm not sure if
but
you have to be
that's
the
a cool
one
item.
to do it. Like, cause I don't know if like let's say a Landers comes in and intimidates you, then you get switched out. I don't know if it works like that, but hopefully it doesn't. All right, so Vaporeon comes in, rocks go up, flip turn.
Surprised I didn't kill. I'm also kind of surprised he didn't click Scald, but you know, Flipside makes sense.
It
Flipside's
was
just a
probably for
good one.
positioning.
Yeah.
All right, and then this is where things get fun.
Of the Electabuzz, I almost put in one of the sets of the week just because
Yeah,
like Rain Dance Toxic, I think it had um, Thunder and
yeah, his Thunder
Teleport. Yeah,
teleport. And then
yeah.
this.
That switch that sub on Nidoking um, put him in an amazing position.
Yeah, this sub Nidoking is gonna do so much work.
Yeah,
Oh, I wanted to talk about this last turn. So after this, he teleports. I think he expected a sludge wave.
yeah. I don't really know why he went into Volcarona.
Yeah,
Um,
and then he goes here, presses flash
like
cannon.
Earth Power is free. Yeah,
That does so much.
I know that Ice Beam.
He's probably
Jeez.
gonna Draco. Oh no, he just flash cannons.
And then you got this Vaporeon just
Melmetal
chilling
comes
here.
in.
Yeah, you just see the amount of work Nidoking did early. It took down two of his biggest threats. and
Yep.
basically now you have a free Victini, and
Mhm.
that click bolt stroke for some reason. I don't think anything took a week or
I
8.
think it was probably to catch Torn.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So Victini takes. Wait, is
No, it was in the
Electabuzz
range.
naturally fast? Yeah. Okay. Electabuzz is naturally faster than Victini. Never mind.
That's crazy. Like the buzz is fast.
So is Electabuzz base 105?
I guess. Jeez,
This
that's
thing
a lot faster
gets.
than I thought it was.
Yeah, it is. It gets slower when it evolves. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it's one of those weird evolutions that came like a generation late, right?
Mhm. Um. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. I just got a call. Um. So then. So Electabuzz versus Victini here. Electabuzz sets the rain again. Oh, and the
And he gets the
static.
static.
Thundurus gets to come in, and this turn is really good. Nasty plots,
Yeah, he has the Wakanda, you're right? Yeah.
dude.
You
I
can't
don't.
say
I think you
you
should.
totally
I think
expect
people
that.
should also come to appreciate this was also designed to take it after rocks too, which is so
Yeah,
insane.
it was. Yeah. Great EV spreading. Well, he might have been heavy duty boost.
No, he was Wakanberry.
Oh, right, obviously. Wait, that item just popped.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So this is a really good torn set, and then it just starts to do damage.
Yeah, weather ball. Yeah. There's a play, yeah, here where I mean he uses protect. He's obviously trying to stall the rain turns, but um,
Yeah, I know the play.
Vaporeon gets confused here. Like if it hurts itself in confusion, I think Pluto wins.
Yeah.
I think the Torn sweeps, and if it doesn't sweep, it comes back
Well,
in
I don't know
once
if Torn
the bus
wins,
comes
right?
in.
Because the thing is, like, so the way Torn hit Diancie was Weather Ball, right? So
Yeah.
if Rain
Well,
runs
I'm
away,
thinking he gets the regen moose.
oh, you're thinking he'll set up again? Then never mind. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. Because Thundy's dead. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that was somewhat big.
He
So.
was like 50% chance of losing. I mean, more than that because Toxic could miss, but
Mhm.
luckily Jolie gets the Toxic off for
Very.
him for his sake.
And then Jolie starts playing smart here, like you'd expect. So he goes here. He goes Diancie into Latios, trying to bait him to use Weather Ball, so Latios can stall it out. But Pluto doesn't flinch for a
Yeah,
second.
great
Yeah,
play.
he
Great
he
play.
looks past it and take Latios with it. So great play by Pluto. All right, Hydreigon versus Diancie. Yep. So also, I think this Hydreigon is scarfed. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So he flash cannons just in case.
because he would have Draco'd, I think, the second
I
turn,
think
Dark
I
Pulse
think
to
he would
kill
have
the middle.
U-turned, but if Diancie set up that turn, I think he lost.
Oh no, I meant when Nidoking came in. If he wasn't Scarf, he would have
Oh yeah,
went for
yeah,
like a Dark
yeah.
Pulse or something.
So Volcarona would take it and oh, it roosts here. Okay.
Yeah, this is an interesting play. I think you have to sack something because he Quiver Dance and then did nothing to Victini,
Is this
and he just
Victini
died.
AV?
I don't remember what it was honestly, but it might have been.
There's the Thunder. There's another para. Nidoking comes
But
down.
yeah, once Vocal Run went down, the game was over.
Yeah. And then he subs just for security measures.
Yeah. If that U turn managed to break the sub, then maybe Hydreigon could have done it, but it would have needed a lot of paras.
Yeah. I know one thing Pluto kept saying was they weren't happy with how they played this. Yeah, he says right here, he played so bad in the beginning. But and I know he was kind of shaky about being a wash coach, but I think honestly he deserves his spot here. He played
Yeah,
he played in prep so well.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to prep for eject pad Latios,
Yeah.
so it's really hard to like be like, oh, this is a eject pad Latios. Like I'm gonna live this Draco and then hit it with an ice beam.
I
But
think the biggest mistake was just how he dealt with Nidoking with
yeah,
Melmetal. Because if Melmetal was still there, Hydreigon didn't have to feel pressured to deal with Diancie and Nidoking. He could have
yeah,
dealt
I
with
agree.
Victini by itself. But
Yeah, at
regardless,
the beginning,
yeah. Regardless, I think he
Yeah.
played well.
Yeah. I think after the first couple turns, he played really well. He was unfortunate he was on the back foot, and he almost, like I said, if the opponent hit himself or herself in confusion, he probably would have won.
Yep. Uh, let's go back. All right, we're back. All right. So, yep, that was game of the week. Some honorable mentions. We have Epic Pants versus Phil with a mental herb Garchomp to deal with Encore. Was it a Volbeat or Illumise?
It was a Volbeat.
It was a Volbeat. Encore Volbeat. So, great
Yeah.
prep.
Amazing. Amazing crap.
hmm And then we have Razor Claw versus Shaman. It wasn't so much the prep itself, but Razor Claw just played such a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not even to take away anything from Shaman, because Shaman played well too, but Razor Claw was just on another level this
Yeah.
game. Like, I think he would have beaten anyone.
Yeah. And then Flame Charge Cinderace was there too, which is a very cool bring.
Yeah.
So, yep, those two honorable mentions. So, just elsewhere around the league, I'll let you talk first, and then I'll go.
Sure. So we got Scrosh and
I think that's
Langston.
Kachurin.
No, Totodile Hotspur is.
No, Totodile Hotspur is Scrosh. Lake Trio
Oh
is
yeah.
Kachurin.
Oh yeah. Versus Kachurin and Scrosh 1-3-0. Mega Metachan picked up 5 kills in that game. I think Kachurin was winning kind of the whole game until that happened. Then you got Lemon losing to. Do you know who Colchester
Yeah,
Caballos
that's
is?
Aaron the Baron.
Aaron, right? Because he was playing as we're recording actually. Um,
Yeah.
he beat Lemon 2-0. Then you got Dad losing 1-0 in a game I didn't actually watch because they played late. And then Vinny losing 3-0 in a game where Gravity, I think, hurt him more than he helped him.
Yeah.
He used Gravity Lando and kept getting chipped by
That
spikes.
that loss is actually bigger than you'd think because this is the first time in like what 3 seasons that Vinny has lost a
Yeah.
regular season.
Yeah.
So shout outs to J
So,
Caps for that.
yeah, Jake Caps with the win. And then Serp winning 3-0.
Against
Um,
Tark, Guzzlord,
yeah, against
AV
Tark.
Guzzlord, just kind of won.
Guzzler won in. I remember watching that. I don't think Tark played up to potential that game. I think he'll play a lot better next week.
Yeah, I saw some of Tark's games last season. I know he can be a really good player.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's around the league division standings. I should the other two, so I'll let you take these ones.
Sure. We got Epic in first with Razor Claw in second. Epic. I just want to point out that both my predictions to win, Epic and Michelle, are both in first place at the end of week one.
Who did you predict for Heat?
I don't remember. I think Ace Farm, so I think he might be in last.
Oh,
But
sorry about that.
then you got Jolie, J-Cap, Serp, and Scrosh at 3. Aaron Barham at 2. Hopeless with 1. And then you got the bottom 8, who I won't really read, but I'm a little bit surprised to see some of them there. Obviously, it's week 1, so things will
Yep.
change. But
I think Phil's going to come back, and Shaman. I also
yeah.
think Pluto's going to do really big things.
And Vinny will probably go 7-1. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. That's it for.
now we got the kill leaders.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Oh, yeah. So, Garchomp at the
Yeah.
top. Who would have thought? Mega Medicham seems to do really well in this league. I remember last season, Mega Medicham was at the top in both divisions.
Yeah.
And then there's Guzzlord. I never expected a Guzzlord. We got Diggersby at the top again too from Dad.
Yeah. Diggersby making its name across a couple of divisions, but this is definitely more expected than the Heat ones. You
Yeah,
got a lot of offensive threats and
this is
also
not as
Guzzler.
cursed. It has a Guzzlord, but it's not as cursed. And
Yeah.
I apologize for making it more cursed by my Blissey. So yeah.
At least when it was 16, I think like Mega Venusaur and Tapu Fini were both there. And
No, Mega Venus and Tapu Fini were in the top 10.
oh, really? Oh,
Let me
damn.
look at the others for Heat. I'm gonna look this up right now.
Because the last slide is the Pokemons of the week, and we kind of already went over
Yeah.
it. But
Oh, let me just transition to that while I look. Well, no, let me look at the kill leaders first. So 11 to 16. Oh no, Feeney's 11th. You're right. And then 12th is
so close.
Torn T. 13 is Gastrodon. 14th is Gliscor. 15th is Nidoqueen, and 16th is the previously mentioned Palosand.
Yeah, so a very cursed kill leader,
Yeah,
but
yeah, this is very cursed. Um, and then finally, the Pokemon of the week. So we talked about the games of the week where we shouted out some of the mons. So these are the Pokemon of the week, like the cool sets. So
yeah, we thought like obviously Florges didn't get the most kills this week, but we thought it had the biggest impact out of all the games.
Floor just
And then of course,
single-handedly walled a Hydreigon, beat a Gengar, and stalled out a Coco. Like
yeah,
that, and it's
like
a
that's
Florges
pretty.
too. Like everybody hates on that mon. So like
Yeah, and then we got two obvious ones like the Monza, basically 6-0
mhm,
Mental Herb Garchomp, and then White Herb Figures.
to deal with Lando Intimidate. So
Yeah,
very smart. So yeah,
so yeah, that'll wrap it up for week one recaps, right? So we'll see you guys next week for week two.
yep. Stay
Let's get
tuned.
some good battles in there.